Stay the fuck away. Stay the fuck away. Stay the fuck away. Stay the fuck away. Good Friday evening, everybody. Sean Patrick here. A lot of strange and interesting things have happened this week, starting with the Belarusian dictator showing his true colors by cheating another election to continue his already 26-year reign of fucking terror. Now he's beating and arresting thousands who refuse to take this bullshit. My virtual hugs and kisses go to the people of Belarus. Now, for some local news. The Brass Rail Tavern Strip Club was shut down after one of their staff had tested positive for the coronavirus. But said staff had already worked 4 shifts. So Toronto Public Health are now trying to track down more than 500 people who should now get tested for more than they usually do after a night at the ballet. Toronto Public Health held an investigation in which they found several concerns related to a lack of physical distancing. Yes, well, due to this, the rail now has new entry rules, including that you must register. They expect people to sign in with their name, their phone number, and email address. I'm guessing that sign-in list will contain a lot of D Fords and J Tories. What would that email look like? To whom it may concern, we regret to inform you that Sparkles has tested positive for the coronavirus. Check your lap. That's right, buddy. You know you are. I'm not saying your name because you might be watching this with your wife. Check your lap. And then we also had the Cherry Beach Chainsaw Massacre. After their weekly unsanitary protest at Queen's Park, the anti-COVID protesters, also known as the Yahoo Nation, have an even less sanitary party at Cherry Beach. Well, a couple of people got into an altercation with these activists. I'm hoping it was trying to suggest they fuck off and stop infecting everybody. They ended up on the losing side, so they went home, only to return with chainsaws. Logical. Luckily, nobody else was hurt, but these amateur lumberjacks did apparently save us from the asshole DJ who spun at these shows because they reportedly sawed up $4,000 worth of the DJ's equipment. But tonight's main story is about a group called Vaccine Choice Canada out of Aylmer, Ontario, who has finally posted official documents pertaining to their class action lawsuit against My Justin and various other political figures, which they started in July, for their unconstitutional and anti-Charter of Rights regulations around the icky. According to reporting by both CBC and Vice News, as far as I found thus far, this clan with a K is using various people of differing abilities to prove its claim, along with 5G towers and Bill Gates' unfounded, fucking disgusting conspiracy theories. Now, one moment. Before I get into this, I should point out again that I am physically handicapped, clearly have mental issues. And the vast majority of my friends and family suffer from some form of physical and or mental illness. And I've dealt with various levels of mental and physical illness, and especially autism from as a child. And I've seen the levels of autism from something that may make you wonder what's going on with that person to which is my friend Darren's way of saying happy to see you. This is why it makes me so fucking mad to see this shit. One of the plaintiffs in their case is an autistic adult who is described as having the mental capacity of a 4-year-old. Now, while the autistic people in my family are far more able, one is in constant turmoil about their routines and the other won't leave their home. I can't help feeling that they just don't fucking understand and that someone else should be doing their shopping for them. And their fucking DSW or family members need to take them walking in places with less people so they don't need to worry about fucking masks. The autistic person is not perceiving persecution, just change, which is hard enough for everyone to deal with. And this leads me to the mental health claim that disturbs me almost as much. There's been a rash of people, including at least one in this lawsuit, that claim putting on a mask causes them anxiety due to previous issues. Well, two things here. First, there is someone in my extended circle who feels that way, so they weren't designated as the grocery attainer for their household, and they stayed the fuck home. That is until an event happened that they really wanted to go to. They practiced, they took time, they figured out how to wear a mask, they went, and it wasn't as big a deal as they thought. Now, while I am clearly in understanding that there are different levels of issues here, they were clearly understanding of the fact that one person's anxiety cannot be allowed to cause a public health risk. And it certainly isn't grounds for a lawsuit. Secondly, I've now heard it so many times that I can't help thinking that other people are fucking using this because they heard about it. They're fucking tainting this to their own purposes. Mental illness is hard enough for those of us who live with it. We don't need people using it for their own baseless political bullshit games. A happy quick note here. Yesterday I got to participate in my second video by veteran filmmaker Dan Tyson, and it is my TikTok debut. Now, I'll try to put the link to it in my description, but keep in mind, I still haven't seen it, and I'm pretty useless with technology. So I started doing this thing for a couple of reasons, and the main one has been addressed now by a great many international doctors. We're fighting a war on two fronts: the COVID and stupidity. We can't win the fight against COVID if we don't squelch stupidity. While I do not in any way advocate violence, if the two guys got beat up because they asked the anti-maskers to fuck off, then chainsaw the fuck out of that mixing board. Just stay the fuck away from everyone and wash everything. A lot